All right, so it is 11:30.
I would appreciate it, yes.
Okay. Maybe.
All right, how are you guys doing today? Good?
Good.
Okay, all right, so it's one of those days. Okay, so we have a very simple agenda. I'm seeing many of the same faces as yesterday, so it's going to be very similar to yesterday's call. But our first we want to say welcome. Thank you so much for taking the time to connect with us here on Zoom. And we have just a brief SWOT update. We'll go ahead and start there. If you want to talk and you're muted, just make sure you hit the unmute before you start.
And Heidi.
Heidi, if you'd like to do a quick...
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah.
Yeah, can you hear me? Okay. Well, obviously, as everyone knows, school has not been in session, but we have been able to, we did nurses' bags as an outreach for all the nurses in Suwannee County and at the different nursing homes, the hospital, and the 250 employees out in Dowling Park, we were able to include the quit line information and some other quit smoking pamphlets that I had. So that was kind of just a little project that we were able to get some students to help with to keep them somewhat active. This month we are actually going to, Miss Mary, if anyone picked up lunch, you should have got the little brochures about the vaping. You know, they were geared towards parents to teach them like what vaping is and all that. So the brochures that I gave you, if you picked up your lunch, we're going to be giving out to some churches, and whatever I don't get out to churches, I'm going to distribute here at the thrift store. So just something else to keep the SWAT active right now. Normally during the summer, I usually like once a month, maybe get them together or do something fun with them. So that's what SWAT's doing right now.
Sounds
Anything
good.
else I need to add, Miss Mary?
Yes.
No,
Oh, okay. No, that sounds good. Thank you. And everybody who's enjoying their wonderful
You're welcome.
Thank Heidi. I just wanted to make sure you all got the information that I sent out by email. And I know I've been kind of hitting you all hard with a lot of different emails. Sorry about that, but you know, it's our only way of getting information to you right now. But I sent out an email specifically about COVID and smoking. And we really need you all to share that with any smokers that you might have contact with your organization or through any of your outreach. We really need to get folks, while they might be thinking about quitting, we need to make that contact with them and make sure that they have the right information. And of course, by the information that we sent out, you do understand that folks are more at risk if they are smoking, and if they contract COVID, they are suffering a disadvantage. So we want to make sure that they know that, and it might be a good time to really encourage people to participate in the virtual classes that we're going to tell you about in just a few minutes, or to call the quit line at the very least and get started on a quit attempt. But I am going to go ahead and turn it over to Lauren Pearson and Anne-Marie Carroll, who are from Suwannee River AHEC, and they're going to tell you about the virtual classes that AHEC's now offering. Go ahead, Lauren.
Thank you, Mary. Anne-Marie, you want to go ahead and take the lead?
Sure. So we are offering virtual groups throughout May, and we will continue into June. It can be accessed either through a smartphone or a tablet or a computer. We prefer that they use the app just because it's a little bit more interactive that way. We can see them, they can see us. If they can only use the phone, then we'll mail out paperwork for them to complete mail back into us prior to us sending them their NRT. If they use it on the Zoom app, everything can be done electronically, and we can get that mailed out within a few days of the group. They are eligible for up to 4 weeks of nicotine replacement therapy by joining the group, either by phone or by the web app. And pre-registration, we do require pre-registration. And I will put in the chat the address where they can find the schedule and also the phone number, which is the best way to reach us, actually, to call if they're interested in a group.
That's awesome.
Thank you, Anne Marie.
Go ahead.
Sorry, Mary. I wanted to add one more thing that I forgot to mention yesterday. Stephen brought up a really good point yesterday. He was asking if any of our clients are struggling to get internet access or have a computer or having trouble joining Zoom. And I just wanted to mention that we are also sending our clients instructions to help them join Zoom. And we've been spending quite a bit of time with some of our clients too, walking them through the process. So that I think has been helping some as well. I just wanted to mention that too.
That's great to hear. You know, this is new to most of us. And so I think providing that extra layer of support is very, very important. I've reached out to a couple of the churches, encouraged not just the churches, but any organization that has internet access that they could provide any of your clients or customers or whoever who want to make a quit attempt at this time and they don't have internet access, if we could provide them or link them up with internet service, because not everybody has internet, and some of us have internet. I have internet at home, but it's so slow. I wouldn't even attempt to do this Zoom meeting at home because it's so slow. So if we can be that link in the community, that is important now more than ever. Did everyone has access to chat? You see the link that Anne Marie has shared. So that's the latest classes that AHAC has available. And we are really proud of you guys for pivoting and making this available in such a timely fashion. It's just very important.
Thank you for giving us the opportunity to share. We got approval very quickly from DOH, so we're very thankful that they were able to turn things around quickly, and we are able to still continue to serve our clients, especially when they need us so much at this time.
All right, I think now we'd like to hear from you all. Who wants to start?
This is our favorite part of the meeting at the end, when everybody has an opportunity to say what their organization is doing. So while typically we would try to keep it relatively focused on tobacco or coalition related elements, right now I'd say if you've got anything going on that we can help spread the message, or if you have grandbabies, you want to give them a hug and a kiss, that's fine too.
Yeah, it was floating on top of the wire like.
So if you have anything going on with the organization, I don't know if everyone's tiles are the same as ours, but we'll just kind of go from the top left and go down. So we'll start with Colleen. Obviously something that's tobacco related, great, but even if it's anything else, anything you got going on, what's up?
Okay. Yeah, I found that email you were talking about, Mary, about COVID and vaping, and it does definitely make them at greater risk for having complications with, and I think even getting the virus. So really good. I think that's the one that Brian worked on. I'm not sure. Yeah, but yeah, so we're not doing a lot tobacco related here. We're more looking at COVID and testing and that kind of stuff. So there's still testing around if anybody needs it. I think, well, Hamilton's done. They're doing Lake City Tuesday, Hamilton Thursday. We're doing Branford on Friday. Most of them are all like 9 to 1 or 9 to 11. I'm sorry.
Is there
Is
anything
that for anybody that wants it?
These are all for anybody. You don't have to have any symptoms. You just drive up and you get the test, and it's free.
That's great. And it's at the health department?
No,
Yeah. Well, the
there's
Branford
the
one.
flyer on it.
Branford one's at the elementary school in Branford.
Yeah.
But
And it's actually going to be from 10 to 12.
they're gonna do 10 to 12. Okay.
Yeah.
But like Tuesday in Lake City, they're doing it at Wilson Park, and Thursday in Hamilton next week is at the health department, and those are both 9 to 11. If anybody wants those, I can send that information to you.
How is the testing done?
They're just doing the throat testing. If somebody's symptomatic and meets the criteria for state, then they will do the nasal one.
Nasal.
So the throat one is 7 to 10 days. The nasal one takes less time.
Thank you.
Good to know.
All right, thank you so much, Colleen. Let's see.
Hi, well,
Hey, do you guys have anything
Yeah.
else you want to talk about other than classes? Okay. Heidi, what do you have going on?
I forgot to mention one other quick thing about SWAT. We did, actually it was my daughter, did a meme, like a Instagram and Facebook meme about when Miss Mary mentioned now is a good time to quit smoking because if you contract COVID, it's worse off if you're a smoker. So anyways, the girls actually did a post and we shared it on the Suwannee SWAT Facebook page. So you probably can go back there and share that if you would like to share that on your timeline, just to get that message out there. Remind me of that. As far as my other things that I do in the community, the thrift store, we've been open for the past, I think, about 2 weeks. The Bible bookstore is back open. The church is somewhat back open, but we are observing social distancing. So, our seating's spread out and all that. But we're all basically back to somewhat normal, working with trying to be, observe the social distancing. But as here at the thrift store, I just would like to say our community has been above and beyond. I guess everyone's been home cleaning and nothing better to do. So we have been flooded with donations. It's been overwhelming, but in a good overwhelming sense. But if you are looking for something, now is a good time to come and shop. So that is all for me.
Awesome. Carla, is anything going on at the schools that you want to update us on?
Okay, we know we have traditional graduation. It's next Saturday. Oh yeah, well, if you don't have a relative, then you don't get a wristband. So I'm just saying, we got graduation. That's it. And Le Plume, that's all I got.
Okay.
Well, we're sad that it's limited, but we're happy that it's at least taking place. And hopefully, Melody, you guys are still having graduation too.
Yeah, they're doing the same with this, like how Suwannee is, because obviously the church can only hold so many people, and we are trying to do the whole social distancing. So I don't know that they're per se doing wristbands, but I think they're doing tickets. The students are only allowed to have so many people in. However, I don't know because I don't get too much involved. My kids, none of my kids are seniors this year, but I do know they only issued so many tickets per student, but they are having a graduation for them.
For what it's worth, I think it's super cool. I've been seeing all the graduate banners with all the senior photos. I thought that's been a really nice touch. Driving by the high school, seeing all those yard signs, I thought that was great. I don't know whose idea it was or who pulled that off, but I think it was a nice touch. And I guess First Federal also has that big banner.
It's a great idea. Unfortunately, there was some mischief last night and a bunch of the signs were stolen. So I personally am hoping that there were cameras on to capture that culprit and bring them to justice. That's just low. I mean, who would do that?
Like senior pranks?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. Anyway, I thought this was
Who knows?
Yeah.
I'll give a shout out to Adrian Taylor and Hillary Cannon Croft. Croft Cannon. They're the ladies in charge of the bash, and they're the ones that contacted our photography company and purchased the signs.
Oh, cool.
It was great. Again, way to get in there and make it happen, because all of this has just come down all of a sudden. So we've had to work fast.
Okay, thank you for the update.
Yeah.
Wayne, anything going on? What you got, man?
Well, we've been kind of busy just trying to do a lot of feeding. Our food program the last 2 months has just exploded with people in need for food, you know, and we do it on a regular basis, but we really had to step it up this last couple of months. We too are back kind of normal operation back in the church. We're excited about that. Again, following all the suggested guidelines, spacing people out, doing a lot of wiping and all, wiping down and stuff. It's kind of hard for church people not to hug.
I know.
We're used to that, but we're making the adjustment. Been trying to, you know, see the good in everything, and some good things that's come from this epidemic, I think, is like for the church, it's caused the church to get out of this comfort zone. We had to stretch out. For example, churches that have never done media, I started doing media and going online, you know, and it's kind of one of the thoughts I've had, you know, absence makes the heart grow fonder. And sometimes you don't really know what you have till it's gone.
That's right.
So I know for a lot of Christian people, not being able to go to church, not being able to worship, hopefully has stirred up their hearts to appreciate things more.
Absolutely.
And also, I guess in a biblical sense, you know, the Bible teaches us that life is like a mist, it's like a vapor. We never know what tomorrow will bring. And in a day, our lives change tremendously. And so hopefully it's caused people to be more, you know, caring and concerned about some important things in life. I got my lunch. It was really good. Thanks a lot, Mary.
You're welcome.
Yeah. But,
Didn't want to leave you out.
appreciate that. But so we're, you know, doing what we can as a church to help. I think the tobacco programs right now are very important because people lock down and those kind of things would make them, you know, I used to smoke years ago, so I probably would have been smoking a whole lot more with nothing to do. So I think that's very important that we hit that.
I've got a question for anybody who was an ex-smoker. I'm just curious, in this whole COVID time, did you, even if you've been quit for years, did you have any kind of like phantom desire for a cigarette? I'm just curious. Anybody who was an ex-smoker?
I'm an ex-smoker. I didn't because it's been 25 years for me, but I'm sure for especially someone trying to quit or someone newly quit, I'm sure it would have been a lot of stress.
It's been 30 years for me, and so it wouldn't even cross my mind, but it's not been that long ago that, yeah, I still thought about it. And I would even have dreams at night where I was smoking, like playing cards and smoking. Yeah. A strong addiction, folks.
Okay, thank you, Wayne.
Yeah.
All right, anything else at the health department?
Casey, you got to have anything you want to say first?
No, ma'am. I mean, just the COVID testing, that we got in Branford going on tomorrow. It's from 10 to 12, just like Colleen had talked about. So we'll be there tomorrow. If you guys know anybody, send them our way. So we'll be there at the Branford Elementary School from 10 o'clock to 12 o'clock.
And if anybody wants to go online for the Florida Department of Health, not by county, just the state website, you can print off any signs that you may need about 6 feet apart or washing hands. There's great resources there under the widget that says resources, and you can just, there's English and Spanish, but it's just a wonderful resource. And it's all free, you just go print them off.
What?
I said, I probably really look frazzled.
Awesome, thank you.
I don't have all the grandbabies tonight.
You'll be all right.
Hey, Otha, do you have any updates? Can you hear us?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay, I was just releasing the nurse. She was here. I've been kind of busy here. Sure, greetings, everyone. Well, not really for us Christian Mission in action is right now. We've been kind of idle, and I have began working back on my organization, which is Vision Seeds Inc., which is Christian cultural and community development. And I'll be in the next couple of months getting out some information about that, and I'll be working with the community. But I've been basically mostly concentrating on our seniors that's home and making sure that we're having prayer with them, as Wayne was saying, staying connected because it's been real hard for them. And basically concentrating on the families and those that have been isolated, and not really into the church and not able to get there. And we've been doing a lot of video recording, through my brother's church and others. So basically that's it right now, and I'm just happy to be here and so proud of you guys and what you're doing and staying connected the way you are, because today's technology and I guess Steve and I youth, to really be commended, because this is where we're headed now. And it's going to be very important going forward. But that's it, and I just appreciate being here today. I finally got this thing to work myself. So.
Well, that's
I'm here.
great.
Thank you.
We're glad to have you. Glad you were able to tune in. Vivid, anything going on there? You might be muted.
Hi, everyone.
We can hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. We're just adjusting to everything. I'm still trying to figure out ways so I've been in contact with students that I've been counseling or talking to before the COVID started through text messages and Zoom. And today I'm kind of just listening again to catch up on what's going on.
Well, I'm glad you were able to tune in. Appreciate you being with us. Well, guys, it is 12:53, and if you know me, you know that it's important that we get in and we get out. Is there anything else that anybody wants to add before we take off? Is there anything that we can do as an organization? If you have a specific need,
Yes.
you can put it in the chat. If you have, I'll go one step further. If you have a Facebook page that you would like everyone in the group to go and like it and maybe engage with you some, just put the URL, put the URL of your Facebook page in the chat, and everyone can click on it and they can go to it and they can like it. I know that's a small thing, like liking and sharing, you hear people say that, but when we're connecting digitally, Facebook has been a huge asset.
Yes.
It can be a time suck, obviously. I mean, you can get lost and just kind of go down these little, rabbit holes. But if you want us to try to connect you with each other, put your link in the chat area. Just click on the chat and then make sure you're to everyone and paste your Facebook link, and we'll be happy to click on there and we can all like it. And maybe it'll give you a little bit of a social boost today going into the weekend. Anything else?
I can't think of anything. I just want to echo what Stephen said and encourage you all. If you have needs, if you know of needs, that's what we're here for, to try to link people up, and we'll do everything we can. Wish we could do more.
Well, we're 5 minutes short of our 30-minute meeting. So with that, I'm going to say we're done. And if you haven't pasted your link, go ahead and do it. I'll think next time to make sure I do that earlier in the meeting so that people have time to do it and people can engage with it. But I hope you guys have a great day. I hope you have an awesome weekend. And I hope that you go into the weekend feeling, I don't know what you mean, maybe feel loved, maybe feel, no, let's get specific. I want you all to go into this weekend feeling overwhelmed, wait for it, Oh, Carla, come on. Overwhelmed with excitement. Overwhelmed with excitement. Not bad excitement, but excitement like, what's going to happen? There's something new. There's something that's going to happen that you get to be in charge of, and that's exciting. So take this weekend, grab it by the horns, and be like, I got you, weekend, or whatever. All right, it was great seeing your faces. We look forward to talking to you again, and hopefully we can shake hands at some point in the near future.
Hopefully.
Yay, good to see everybody.
Bye.
Oh, we didn't take
Bye.
We didn't take a picture. We didn't take a picture. Hold on.
Hold on.
Oh, Lord.
All right, we're gonna take a quick picture. Hold on.
Oh my goodness.
Are you still there? Yes, you're still there. You're all right. All right, big smiles. 1, 2, 3. Carla is the best. Okay. All right, we'll see you guys later. Bye, guys.
Bye.
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 Bye.